Hey everybody, welcome back to Plugin Tut, your home for handcrafted WordPress plugin tutorials. As always, your host, Matt. Today we're taking a walkthrough of WooCommerce, and we are going to set up WooCommerce as if it were your first time setting up WooCommerce, go through all the steps, and then show you adding a basic product and configuring some of the base level WooCommerce stuff. In future videos, we'll go deeper into different areas of WooCommerce and maybe go down and tackle some of the more tricky integrations that they have. I will say that I've already created videos before in the past about WooCommerce. One, setting up a dropshipping store with Printful in WooCommerce. I've shown you how to set up that on the Generate Press theme, and I've shown you WooCommerce on the Blocksy theme. This will be just a vanilla WooCommerce walkthrough. Here I am on my admin plugin page. Word clouds. Do people still use word clouds down here? WooCommerce is the biggest one, so obviously quite popular. Funnily enough, though, when you click on that, it doesn't actually bring you to the WooCommerce plugin that you need to install and activate. So here it is. I already have it installed. I'm going to hit activate. Let's hit activate there. And we're just going to walk through some of the steps here. Funnily enough, I was helping a friend the other day with their Shopify store, adding some features, and this is what really jogged my memory about going down the path of showing WooCommerce is I was sort of torn in the Shopify experience. Super lightweight, yet some technical stuff. There's the App Store. There's definitely some similarities between the two, dare I say, but we'll talk about them as we move along. So here we go. Yes, please. Let's go through this guided tour. First thing we're going to do is add the address. I think a lot of these steps are these steps that you're about to see. One, it's to set up your store for like tax and shipping reasons. And then second, I think, is more of like a marketing, like Jetpack and Automatic and WooCommerce. They are trying to gather this information from you, right? So that they know who's using it and for what. So we'll say Nowhere Street. Country is United States. And here's a perfect example. When we look for the United States, it's going to say which state are you in the United States, because presumably this is going to be for shipping and tax purposes. Dartmouth 2748. If you're setting up a store for a client, you can set that off, but we're not going to do that right now. It's going to ask you, do you want to opt into some of the data tracking? We're not going to say count me in, so we're going to hit continue. And there's some more market research here, what industry you're in. I'm going to hit other. And this is the interesting part. So, like a Shopify, you pay monthly, or these other platforms where you pay monthly to use their e-commerce platform. WooCommerce, of course, being free at the core, and you can find all these different WordPress plugins. That's why a lot of people use it, plus the flexibility. In this step, they're saying, hey, look, if you're setting up a site for subscriptions, it's $199 a year. And what WooCommerce is going to do, or what this configuration will do, is go and get those plugins and add-ons and install them and activate them, once you make the charge. Pay for the $199 a year. It's convenient, right? If you're new to this, okay, it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad for them to charge up front. But the WordPress world is great because there's a lot of other options out there. And what they're going to do, like when you pick subscriptions, memberships, composite products, or bookings, it's just going to get the plugins that they recommend for that price. And it doesn't give you the chance to do your own research and pick from a provider that you want with the features that you want. So, one, it's a nice, quick, and easy way to do it. Two, you have some flexibility that you can go and search for. We're going to hit physical products and downloadable product, virtual products. Continue. How many do you want to display? I don't know. We don't have any yet. Currently selling elsewhere? No. And we are going to leave these active right here. And here's what they do. So the market on Facebook, this is what's going to allow you to set up your Facebook pixel so that anybody goes to your site, it sort of builds that customer profile on Facebook that you can market to. It also sets up all of that Facebook Open Graph data. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. So that when you do advertise, it's pulling in all of the meta descriptions and product titles and prices, images, and etc. Contact customers with MailChimp. This is when somebody's purchasing a product from you. You can connect it right up to your MailChimp account if you're using MailChimp for email marketing. And then drive sales with Google Ads. So if you want to advertise, obviously with Google, you can do that right there. I'm going to leave them on by default. And this piece, we'll be selecting a theme. Choose a theme. Choose how your store appears to customers, and don't worry, you can always switch themes and edit them later. So real quick, if you're brand new to this, and you're setting up a store for the first time and you don't have any other website, behind the scenes, then you feel free to pick a theme here or skip this and find other themes that you might like. Again, this is sort of one of these things where it's saying, hey, you can continue with your old theme that you're using now. You could pick the storefront theme, which is free, and it's created by Automatic and WooCommerce, or you can pick from these premium themes. It's not giving you any options to actually search the WordPress repository here or give yourself a chance to, search for any kind of theme that you want. It's like, here's the themes that you can pick from, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to. And then one last piece I want to say is if you're setting up WooCommerce on an existing WordPress site, if you don't know, if you're brand new to this, if you switch your theme here, it's going to switch your theme for the entire site. It's not just the WooCommerce portion. So, maybe you don't know, but it's going to change the theme for your entire WordPress site. So if you have a marketing site, you've had this blog for a while, you got your homepage configured the way you want it to be. If you change a theme here, it's going to change it for your entire WordPress site, just so you're aware. Storefront, well, choose that because it's theirs, and we'll continue with that as an example. The next part, connecting WooCommerce to Jetpack. This is, that kind of SaaS-based, hosted-based kind of service, right? So if you want statistics, you want security protections, you want backups, you want performance enhancements, or image enhancements, that kind of thing. You want to take control of, or you want to take the opportunity to use all of the Jetpack stuff that they have, then you would connect WooCommerce to Jetpack. It's going to give you some benefits, right? It's going to take care of a lot of stuff that you might not want to have to go searching for. Now, that's putting it politely. I think I used to go pretty hard on Jetpack, and then I eased up a little bit because I saw what they were doing. It's still an elephant in the room. It's great if you're brand new to this. If you're brand new to this and you don't have an expert at your disposal, you don't want to search for an expert, connecting up to Jetpack is fine. In the future, if you're really concerned about what's running on your site, what's impacting the performance, who has access to certain data on your website, well, maybe you shouldn't be looking at Jetpack because it does add a ton of things, and you don't need all of these things. So we're gonna hit yes, please, just for the sake of this example. And I already have a Jetpack account, obviously, but you'd be setting up a Jetpack account if you didn't already have one, and it's just like signing up for like a Gmail or an Outlook, something like that, where you're setting up this account, you fill out your profile, et cetera, and then you connect your store up to it, and then you can sign on to other Automatic properties through your profile. In the future, things like WordPress.com, obviously Jetpack.com, and I'm assuming Tumblr in the future. So, look, we're almost done. We hit continue, and then we're going to be presented with 4 different things to continue to set up our store. And I'm going to open these up in different tabs because it doesn't really walk you back to them. That was one thing I found. First, let's set up the product. So we're going to open up our first product. And first, we're going to add manually. So we can import from a CSV file or migrate them from an existing online store. We're just going to add manually. Give this a second to load up. So again, if you're brand new to WordPress, you're doing this for the first time, it could be a little bit confusing. You're like, what are all these messages? Like Google Ads for WooCommerce plugin is almost ready. Do I have to take care of that now? Facebook is almost ready. Design your store. This is one of the things that kind of drives you nuts, especially being somebody who's been in WordPress for so long. It's like, man, we got to really take control of these admin messages. Sometimes he's just throwing all these messages at you at once. You don't need to worry about those right now. Just get them out of the way. Let's set up our very first product. So we're just going to call this Test Product 1. That's the title. It's going to ask us to have a little description. So I'm going to say, this is my product description. And then when we get down to the meat and potatoes of this product setup, I'm going to dismiss this pop-up message for now. Depending on what kind of product you have, and there's many others that you could probably install and activate with WooCommerce. We have simple product, group product, external affiliate product, or variable product. I'm just going to stay with simple product for right now, and we're just going to leave it blank. We're not going to select either a virtual or downloadable product. We're just going to say, what's the price? I'm going to say the regular price is $100 and the sale price is $79. One of the cool things is you can actually schedule when that sale price, like if you have like a weekend coming up and you want to sale price it, you could do that, right here. We can go into the inventory tab. We can set up a SKU, right? If we actually have lots and lots of inventory and product and we have a SKU number we want, do we want to manage the stock? So we can say, what's the stock quantity? We have 100 of these things. Allow back orders. Allow, but notify the customer, or just simply allow, or do not allow. We're going to say do not allow. And the low stock threshold. This will be for when, you start to sell more items. It's going to notify you by email. We'll just leave that blank for now. And then sold individually. Enable this to only allow one of the items to be bought in a single order. We're just going to leave that alone. Shipping. Here's where we put in our weights, our dimensions. I'm just making stuff up. And then a shipping class. We don't have any shipping classes set up yet. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Linked products. We're not going to do any upsells or cross-sells right now, but this is where you would be able to do that. Do you want to get this product for $5 more for an upsell? Or do you want to cross-sell and say, oh, people also buy these other 3 products when purchasing this product? Attributes. There's no product attributes right now, but let's go ahead and add one. We'll just say color. And we'll say red, blue, green. We'll say, yes, this is visible on the product page. Hit save. Advanced. Purchase note. Thanks for purchasing. And then get more options. So if we want to browse the marketplace, it's funny that they call it the marketplace, because I believe that's what Shopify calls their, I think it's just called App Marketplace, I think, or just maybe the App Store. It's funny that they call it the marketplace. The description. This is my first product. It's the best. The short description will show up in your WordPress theme wherever your product is listed, or on the shop archive page or the overall shop page. But that's it. It's naming it, giving it a description, filling out at least the basic details, price, weight, inventory, right? That kind of thing, attributes, little short description. And now we'll add some product images. So I have these 3 red cars here. So I'm going to say this one will be the primary product image. And then I will add these other 2. Whoops. Into the product gallery. We'll call this the car category because it is a car. So we'll give that the car category. Product tags will say red, fast, sports car. We'll publish this product. So again, if you're brand new to this, it's just like creating a WordPress post or page to a degree. So we published it. Let's hit view product. And this is what it looks like. It has the shopping gallery, product gallery that we can switch through. We can enhance the image so we can see it. It says test product 1. It says it's on sale because we said the regular price was 100 and the for sale price was 79, right? So very exactly what we typed in. This is my first product. It's the best. This is the description. There's 100 in stock, a little green smiley face, so that it's sort of telling you like, hey, look, there's plenty in stock. You can, feel free to purchase it. There's the car category and the tags. Additional information, reviews. If anybody left for reviews, additional information is the weight, the colors that they come in, red, blue, and green. And this is my product description. Now, again, if you're brand new to this, it looks like this because this is the storefront theme that we chose. If you're looking to make it look different, you pick a different theme. We're not going to go into switching themes in this video, but definitely check out like the Blocksy and the GeneratePress one I did for different examples. But that's how you set up this first ever product. When we go to add to cart, it says test product 1 was added to your cart. We can view the cart, and there it is. We can do a coupon code. We can apply the coupon if we had one. We can remove this item from the cart, or we can proceed to checkout. And then when we proceed to checkout, this is where we will be obviously checking out. It says, sorry, it seems there are no available payment methods for your state. Please contact us if you require assistance. Make alternative arrangements. So we'll set up the rest of the stuff right now. Let's go back into the dashboard and set up the payment gateway stuff. So we go back in, we go to WooCommerce dashboard. You can see that we already configured our first product. You do have to return. This is what I was saying before. It's not like it guides you through all of this stuff. Like after I added this product, it didn't just like bring me to this next step. You do have to go back to the WooCommerce dashboard and you can get here. We don't have any of the... Well, let's just do that anyway. So we'll create a homepage. So it goes in and it sets up a homepage for you automatically. It assigns a homepage in the WordPress customizer settings. Upload a logo, add an image. I don't really have one, so let's go to media, instant images. Say logo. This should be interesting. This probably won't translate too well, but let's just select the Slack image. It's going to download it, resize it, install it. Now we'll go back to WooCommerce dashboard, personalize your store, upload that logo, add an image, Slack. Proceed. Set a store notice. Optionally display a prominent notice across all pages of your store. So we'll say, we're open for business. Check out our promotional products. Complete the task. Okay, so let's just take a look at what happened after we did that. View the site. And there's our Slack logo. So if you had a logo, obviously we'll place it right up here in the theme. It says we're open for business. Check out our promotional products. We'll dismiss that message that we put in. And then this is the homepage that it's set up. So it just set up really quick this sort of hero image, and it set our first product, our newest products right on the homepage. So it gave us a bit of a quick start. It added these blocks in here, like we'd be able to come into this page and edit this. So let's take a look at that really quick. If we edit this page, it's using Gutenberg blocks. It's using the WooCommerce blocks so that you can configure which products you have here. So right here on the right-hand side, it's titled New Products. We could say whatever. We could say Amazing New Products, right? That's just the title or a headline. And then we can click into this WooCommerce block, and you can see we only have one product right now. So, it's set to 3 columns. We could switch it to 2 columns, which will make it just slightly more... more even. We can hide the product price if we wanted to, and remove the add to cart button. So you'd actually have to click on that to get to the pricing store. And then they just set up this sort of grid of images and call to actions if you wanted to, and then one more featured product at the bottom. We only have one product right now, so it's only going to feature that one. But it's a nice start, I think, for most people. We can say quality. Oops, I can't spell. Quality. Speed. I mean, we're selling cars here, right? Quality, speed, and, performance. Update this. And of course, we could come in and change these images out if we wanted to. Let's open the media library. Let's add these images that I have. Select. Update our homepage, and then preview our homepage. So Amazing New Products, I removed the add to cart button right there because we want people to click on that, and quality, speed, performance with the 3 images I set up. Click this will bring me to the product page, and we can go back to purchasing our product. So that's the quick homepage setup, and of course we can get way more detailed in this. Customizing a homepage using something like Gutenberg or Elementor, Beaver Builder, whatever you want, that kind of thing. Let's set up our shipping. it's going to start with the base address that we set up from the get-go. And it's going to set the shipping cost, define how much customers pay to ship to different locations. We can set it to free shipping, or we could just set up a flat shipping fee. So we could say $5, and then if you wanted to configure to the rest of the world, outside of the United States in this case, we could say $25, right? So there are other add-ons that you can get which will calculate shipping for you. You can configure to most of the, or all of the major mail providers. So United States Post Office, if you're in America, United States Post Office, UPS, FedEx, DHL, and so on and so forth. Set up the tax. So again, it's going to look at the streets or the address. And good news, Jetpack and WooCommerce services can automate your sales tax calculations for you. So if you have Jetpack configured, this is one of the big reasons why people do activate it, is that it will do the taxes automatically. You say, yes, please. So it'll look at the type of item that you're selling. It'll see where the purchase is being purchased from, where the buyer is purchasing it from, and then it'll do the automatic sales tax based on the state that you're in. So do you collect outside sales taxes, yes or no, in your state? Do they collect taxes if it's sold in-state? Probably yes. It'll do all of that automatic tax setup for you. And then set up payments. So here's where things can get really interesting. It really depends on where you live and where you have access to sort of banking connections. But in the U.S., and most recently, WooCommerce has set up WooCommerce payments. Accept credit card payments the easy way. No setup fees, no monthly fees, just $2.9 and 30 cents per transaction. By clicking setup, it'll set it up for you. And then you can use Stripe or PayPal, cash on delivery, or bank transfer if you want somebody to be able to transfer through like an electronic check or something like that. I have not tested WooCommerce payments yet. It's brand new. It is powered by Stripe in the back end, last I saw. And 2.9 or 30 cents. And it's just going to have all of the stuff set up for you. And it obviously will be compatible with Woo. It's an interesting play. And I guess if you don't really care to use Stripe for any other reason than this store, then this is probably the best way to go. Or you can configure it with Stripe or PayPal. I think a lot of people start with PayPal in the beginning because they already have a PayPal account and they're not configuring a bank's account yet. They're really just getting off the ground. PayPal is generally the route I think most people go. When I clicked on Activate PayPal, it installed the WooCommerce PayPal add-on, and now it's going to say connected up to your PayPal account. And then once you do that, it'll take you over to PayPal. I already have an account, so let's just go ahead and cut to a scene right after I set up this configuration. So here I am. I logged into PayPal. I configured it to connect to this test site that I have. And it says here, you just connected to PayPal. We'd like to redirect you to the site. That's my site. Redirect me. And you can see right here, PayPal is now active. And when I go to, let's say, visit the site, click on the product, add to cart, view the cart. There it is. Well, there's two because I added one before. So subtotal 158. Proceed to the checkout. That's interesting. It says shipping to Mass, United Kingdom. I don't. Did I not connect to the U.S.? That's okay. So proceed to checkout. And now, instead of that message before where it says, "Hey, there's nothing to purchase," or there's no payment gateway before, now it says PayPal. So now somebody can at least check out with your PayPal account, with their PayPal account, to purchase, right? And that's the only one that it has. Okay, let's take a look at setting up Stripe. So we're going to click on Set Up Stripe. It's going to go ahead and install the WooCommerce Stripe account. It's going to connect me to my Stripe account, and we're going to configure this Stripe account, and then we'll be right. So I logged into my Stripe account, configured the account super quick, and Stripe is now active. And one last thing I'm going to do is cash on delivery. Can I do that and configure that? Let's also keep PayPal on and hit done. And that is all of the major setups for WooCommerce. once you're done with that, you can start accepting payments, and any sales that start happening start funneling into this reporting dashboard here. So now when you click on dashboards, you'll no longer be prompted with, finishing off all of those steps. It's going to be your sales dashboard. You get to see everything that's happening. All of the graphs will be starting to be reported as you sell stuff. But one last thing here, let's go back to the site so you can see the difference. And one last time, let's just go right to the cart. Proceed to the checkout. So now you see I have the cash on delivery option, the PayPal option, or the credit card and Stripe option. So I now have all of the major payment platforms, I guess, if you will, for you to use your credit card or use your PayPal account or check on, or cash or check on delivery, and that's how people can start buying your product. That is configuring WooCommerce in a pretty large nutshell. I don't know how long this video was. It felt like it was quite long. But that was just the bare minimums of setting up WooCommerce. Showed you a little bit of setting up the product, showed you selecting the storefront theme, and configuring the payment gateways. There's still a lot more. If you're out there setting up WooCommerce and you have specific questions, drop them in the comments below, and I will try to create a video around some of your requests. But getting started with selling products online, fairly easy. Fairly. At this point, you might be paying for a decent hosting account. You have to get a decent web hosting account when you're running something like WooCommerce. It's not the same as running a little personal blog or even a small business site. You might skate by for a little while, but as you start selling things and you start adding products and doing a lot of the automated marketing stuff, it's really going to start needing a little bit more horsepower than just your basic cheapo web hosting account. And then lots more to do in terms of like customizing a site, again, marketing automation, selling more product, upselling, email capture, social media marketing, all that fun stuff. Let me know in the comments below what you think of WooCommerce. Once your products start rolling in, you start selling stuff. Again, like I mentioned before, all of these graphs will start filling out. You'll see how well you're doing day to day, month to month, week to week. You can start doing some fun things with coupons and and marketing your site through finishing off the MailChimp connection, the Facebook connection, the Google Ads connection. You can really start to put things into automated mode and start selling while you sleep. I think that's a lot of everybody's dream. It's WooCommerce. That's the basic setup. What do you think? Thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you want more. Leave me comments below what kind of stuff you want to see with WooCommerce. All right. See you.